This is book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books.
So it says be admonished. So don't go into too many philosophies. Don't go into too many books. Egyptology, chemics, and all of these things that they like, that the blacks prescribed.
There is no end, and much studying is weariness of the flesh.
Because much studying is weariness of the flesh. Next thing you know, you think you're a Hamite.
Right.
You walk like a Hamite. You wear things like you're a Hamite, and you're not even a Hamite. You're an Israelite. And Ham is the one that wasn't chosen. Ham is the one, the cursed son of Noah. That's what they used to teach us in slavery times, that we were Ham and they were the Shemitic people. But now we know that we are Shem, and Ham is Ham, and Japhet is Japhet. We are able to know through much studying who we are according to the Bible.
Isaiah chapter 59,
Bring it
verse
on.
3. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fringes with iniquity, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue hath muttered perverseness.
So now our lips have spoken lies. A commandment in the Bible is that thou shalt not lie. But we have taken up lies, and the Bible even says we have made lies our refuge.
Right.
We have made, we're not dealing with it. We have made lies, we have made all these things that are not applicable unto us our refuge.
So when you say to my grandson, go away, over the bastard,
None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth.
So none is pleading for justice, because where's justice in this earth? You're telling me that you can go and you can slay and kill a people. This is the madness that is going on in this place. Madness. You got Esau trying to give us chat. You got another Esau's dog on the loose. This is the madness that is going on. This is where no truth. This is Babylon. This is confusion.
That's right.
Isaiah 59 verse 4. None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity.
So what? We've picked up vanity now.
Right.
Now we've picked up that the UN Security Council can come and save us. We're now relying on aid packages. That's how reliant we've been. And they always talk about the things happening in Gaza and Iran, yet they're not talking about the things happening in Sudan, where there's 4.4 million people that have been displaced from their homes. But no one wants to talk about that. Some of them are Hamites and some of them are our people.
Right.
But 4.4 million people have been displaced. They are all refugees. And no one's on about that. But yet everyone is saying, pray for the Israeli people. Pray for these fake people in our lands that have taken our heritage and call themselves the Jew. When we know that they're not the Jews.
Right. Let me take.
They speak vanity, they trust in vanity, and speak lies. They conceive mischief, and bring forth iniquity.
So they conceive mischief. So everything that these nations do, we follow after them. We conceive mischief. And now we trusted in lies.
Right.
Lamentation 4 verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail, for our vain help in our watching. We have watched for a nation that could not save us.
So in vain, which means in nothing, we have watched for a nation that can't save us.
That's right.
Esau can't save us out of nothing.
No.
It's not their job to come and save us.
No.
It's their job because they were given the gift of the sword. That's why they go into many countries, many cities, many lands and kill, rape, rob and pillage the earth.
That's right.
Because when you think about conquering another nation, who do you automatically think of? What nation of people do you think of? Because I can only think of one nation of people that will go into a land unmercifully and kill men, women and children.
Esau.
I can only think about one nation of people that will go into a land and rape so many people. I would only think about one nation of people that go into a land and that steal a whole land from their people and then lie to them and say, no, we were here first, we were the inhabitants. There's only one nation of people.
Right.
And that's the truth. And his name is Esau.
That's right. That's right.
It's not.
Name him, shame him.
Of course, we're gonna name and shame him. He's supposed to be ashamed.
That's right.
But what? The Lord said that He's gonna make the foolish things of this earth rule over the righteous. So now we have fools ruling over us.
Psalm chapter 7 and 16.
Yeah.
His mischief shall return on his own head.
So his mischief, Esau's mischief, is returning upon his own head.
Right.
Esau's going through it because when Iran decides to shut that strait that they share with Oman, oil prices are going to skyrocket.
That's right.
Right now it's $70 for a barrel of oil. If that place shuts and if those supply lines shut, oil is going to go to $100 a barrel.
That's right.
Even
tell
more.
them.
And nothing can run, no infrastructure can run without fuel and without energy. So all the countries are going to start to suffer. The global economy is going to start suffering.
That's right.
Buses won't be able to run, people can't get to work. Trains won't be able to run, people can't get to work. Cars won't be able to run, people can't get to work. Everything will start being disrupted. And if you can't get to work, you can't get paid. If you don't get paid, you can't buy food. What happens when you can't buy food? Pandemonium. What happens after pandemonium? People start being cannibals. Next thing you know.
His mischief shall return upon his head, upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own plate.
So, and his violent dealings is going to come down upon him because he takes the whole earth by violence.
Right.
And sometimes he does it sweetly. How many times have... Anyway, we're going to read it. Let's read it. Read first. 1 and 10. And read that to 15. You get to read the first one. Hey, I'm strong. Get me the first one.
This is the book of 1 Maccabee chapter 1 and verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus, the king who had been an hostage at Rome.
So there was a wicked root. This is the house of Antiochus. Antiochus was a wicked man who was an Edomite in Rome.
And he reigned in the 170th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
So, out of Israel, are you a preacher or a pastor?
priest.
You're a priest.
Priest. Anglican priest.
Okay, so do you teach out of the Bible?
I am.
Do you teach out of the Bible?
Yes.
So what do you teach your congregation?
I'm from.
What do you teach your congregation?
My congregation is in St. Matthew, in Francaso, and Christ Church in Bristol.
Okay, so where's your father from? Yeah,
Father, I am Father Miguel from Spain.
yeah. Is your father a conquistador or is he a native American?
Spanish people.
So he was a colonizer, right? Your father. Your ancestors go back to colonizers, right?
5 centuries.
5 centuries of
5 centuries in the
colonizers.
past.
Okay, so you're a colonizer, right? So you're a colonizer teaching your people.
One question. You need to read the history because it's very different. The Empire British and Empire Spanish.
But did
Moment.
all right, go on.
The Spanish peoples in America, in Latin America, found universities, hospitals, and the people is not a slave. It's the same right that people in Spain. Spain is a king, and the British people is colonized. It's different. You need to read. You need to read the
Listen.
history.
Who did the Pope gave? Who did the Pope? Pope when the Pope Alexander V of Rome. Who did he give authority to go and colonize the whole world? Did he not sign a decree and gave it to Portugal and Spain to go and colonize the world?
Okay.
Did he do that?
It's different.
Did he sign a decree and authorize the Spanish nation and the Portuguese to go and colonize other countries and turn it and said if they did not want to come and worship what God they came with, they should be put together and put in slavery? Did the Pope authorize that or not?
This is your opinion.
No, it's historical fact.
No.
It's historical fact.
Very different. You need to read.
We don't need to read anything. We've got the Bible and we're reading out of the Bible and we back it up with historical records. So we know what we're talking about. We know that the Spanish went and colonized the Native Americans and the people in Mexico, so on and so forth, down into South America. And you...
And in St. Lucia as well, the Spanish was the first one to colonize St. Lucia as well.
So on and so forth.
One question for me. Only. Do you need to see where is the native people in North America and where are the native people in Latin America? In Latin America, for example, in Guatemala, 48% of population is native, is Indian. But in America, it's not the same.
What does Indian mean?
Question. You think
So when so-called Christopher Columbus, when he went and colonized the place and kill and rape and rob people, was he not a Spanish? Is that not part of the history of Spain? So how are you going to tell us that Spain is different from the other nation that colonize and rape and kill and murder people? Did they not do that? That's part of your history. Why is it different? Columbus never existed when he went and kill and colonize and take people. Yeah?
It's not our opinion. Now, hear this one scripture before you go, yeah? Because you're what did you say you were again? What's your title in the church? What's your title? Okay. Now listen to this. Okay.
Okay.
You want to come up like you want to kiss man.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23.
Read, brother.
Woe be unto the pastors.
Destruction be unto the pastors, be unto you people in the churches, teaching the congregation and leading them astray.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
Right.
So he's come to destroy and scatter, destroy and segregate, and separate.
You are racist. You called me a Jewish bastard last week. I told you don't come back. That's right. If you bring back man who look like they can fight, I'm ready to fight. I am ready to fight.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus, the king of whom being Arsace in Rome, and reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of Greece.
Why are they here? They called me a Jewish bastard last week.
In those
Why are
days,
they here?
went there out of
Why are
Israel
they here?
wicked men
Why are
who
you
persuaded many,
Why are
saying,
you here?
let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we have departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
So there was wicked children of Israel that wanted to go and make a covenant, an agreement with the heathen, with the people of the other nations.
That's right.
They're shouting,
Read
calling me
on.
a Jewish bastard in public.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the custom of the heathen.
Teach, brother. No one's going to say nothing. If I was being racist on his
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 10, chapter 1, and verse 12. So this device pleased them well.
So it pleased the wicked Israelites to go and follow their customs, and it pleased the heathen, because the heathen wanted us to go and do off of the things of them.
Call me a Jewish bastard.
Then certain of the people were so forward
Why are
therein
you here?
that they went to the king,
Where's your little
who
bridget?
gave them
Why are
license
you hiding?
to do after the anointings of the heathen.
Hiding now.
So
I'm gonna come
now
back
the king
with 20 skinheads.
and-
I promise you.
So the king has said that he gave them license to do according to the heathen.
Where's your stick?
And all those things that the heathen did, they wanted to do because they wanted to act like the heathen. That's why we can't be acting and following as the heathen do. We can't be wanting to have our hair like the heathen. We can't be wanting to have features of the heathen.
Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 29. It's not my word like a fire,
So it's not the Most High's words like a fire.
saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces.
That's right! It's not his word like fire that breaks the rock in pieces. That's why we have a man right here that his spirit's got wilder.
That's right.
Because the Most High's words is like a fire.
That's right. You called me a Jewish bastard last week. Teach, brother,
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 4.
Bring it out!
Verse 12. The word of the Lord is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
The word is what?
The word of the Lord is powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
So the word of God is quick and it is powerful and it is sharper than any two-edged sword. That's why we have. That's why the word cuts. It cuts people in half. Spiritually, it cuts people in half. That's why we have someone out here just making noise for no reason. We haven't even troubled him, and he's just making noise.
Police do nothing about racism here.
Why is he just making noise? We ain't even giving
last
you.
week.
Come into
And
it.
no one's doing
This
nothing.
is the book of Hebrews,
I'll get
chapter
20
4.
skinheads.
Verse 12. The word of the Lord is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
Bring it.
Piercing and dividing asunder the soul and spirit and the joints and marrow.
Come now.
And the discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart.
Read.
So it cuts
Read. Jewish bastard last week.
Bring
it out!
This is what we
Bring
have.
it out!
This is what we have to fight
Teach!
against.
Teach, brother!
No one's gonna move the
Spirit
road.
and the marrows. This is we can't be following the heathen.
Right.
We have to be following the laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
This is why we are out here. We
Come
are
on.
out for our own people. We are out here to show
Bring it
them
out!
the Bible is what is the truth, and we're just preaching the Bible. We are preaching love unto our people. We are preaching any hate. We are telling people to go and fight against another people because it says in the Bible, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right.
That's why we haven't opened our mouth to him. That's why we haven't done nothing. All we're doing is reading the Bible and make the words speak for themselves. And the words cut both soul and spirit. That is it.
Isaiah
Yeah, I'm deaf, yo!
chapter 42
Shut up!
and 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
So the Lord is stirring up jealousy
Come
like
on.
a man of war and a mighty man. And this word is going to create jealousy. This word is for a nation of people, and that's what we're doing, bringing it out. We're only the servants out here bringing out God's words in the Bible. What is wrong with reading the Bible?
That's right.
This is supposed to be a Christian country.
That's right.
Supposed to be a Christian country. Why are you here, bro?
This is the book
Why
of
are you
Psalms.
here? If you hate white
He
people,
shall
why are
cry,
you here?
yea, roar. He shall prevail
Read,
against
brother,
his
read up,
enemies.
brother, read up!
They call me a Jewish bastard.
Read out.
Isaiah 42 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies.
So the Lord is going to prevail against his enemies. That's why we're not out here we're not being shut up by anyone. Because the Lord's word is going to prevail. All we're doing is reading the Bible.
This is Psalms 1 chapter 2 and verse 1.
Read out.
Why do the heathen rage?
Why the heathen raging? Why do the heathen rage?
Why do the heathen rage? And the people imagine a vain thing.
And the people want to imagine a good for nothing, a vain thing. Vain means nothing.
That's right.
So why are the heathen raging? Why are they angry?
That's right.
And why are they imagining a vain thing? No one's pursuing no one. No one's got any swords, no weapons out here.
You've got sticks there. No weapons out here. You've got sticks there. You've got a stick. Why do you need a stick? Because you're saying Jewish bastard on the high road. Please.
Read, brother, read.
Get me.
That's racism. Genocide in Palestine.
That's right!
You see,
This is the book of First Maccabees.
That's right. Read out. Joel 2 verse 27.
Bring it out!
And he shall
Know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God,
And not else!
And
my
People shall never be ashamed!
So the Lord is in the midst of Israel,
That's right.
and He is our God and none else.
Right.
That's what's written in the Bible.
That's right.
All we're doing is bringing it out. What's wrong with that? My man's just here to create a scene. That's it.
Isaiah chapter 40 verse 17.
Bring it out!
All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him
Less than nothing!
and vanity.
So all nations before Him are less than nothing, and they are vanity, they are vain. Vain means nothing. Just like it says in 2nd Esdras, they are like the drop of a bucket.
That's
You
right.
have a big bucket of water and the little drops. Do you care about that little drop?
No.
Or do you care about that 3 litres or 4 litres of water?
Yes.
You care about that 4 litres of water. And we have the Lord's 4 litres of water. The other nations are that little drop. And all He did was shout.
That's right.
And we know that people of low intelligence shout.
That's right.
That's how you know these people are stupid. He made the most noise, the most scene. Everyone stopped, everyone looked. But who wants to listen to the words of God?
That's right.
Who's out here listening? Everyone loved it when commotion and drama's going on.
Right.
Exactly.
But when we're out here bringing out the word, you don't want to listen. But you want to listen to the drama and the commotion. And you want to listen to Esau get all railed up for no reason.
That's right.
No man was pursuing him. Hold on. No man was pursuing him. No man was fighting after him. But what? He just came and made a bag of noise for no reason. Just a bag of noise. Made my eardrums hurt. Nearly burst my eardrums. One with his loud mouth, and two with his lies and his stupidness that he wants to carry on with.
But you see how Esau defend Esau.
That,
Of course. Going to console my man. For what reason? He acts like he even likes you.
That's right.
You guys are priest.
This is the book of Obadiah 1 verse 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt cut off forever.
So the violence against Jacob, against the Israelites, shame's gonna cover you. This is why you're being shamed out in the streets. That you're a person of low intelligence, that's why you're shouting at the place. And you think you're proving a point. You ain't proving no point. Shame's covering you. You're supposed to go walking shamefaced. And no one can, and you can't take the shame. Riling up for no reason. No man's pursuing it. Just stupidity. We're out here bringing out the facts. We're out here bringing out the truth. But people want to still hear lies.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 8.
Excuse me, lady in a red dress. Do you have a minute for the Most High's words? Espanol?
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 8, and verse 4. Thus said the Lord of hosts, there shall yet behold men and old women dwell in the street of Jerusalem.
That's right.
And every man with his staff in his hand, for very age.
And you see, that's how the Spirit works, because that's the Spirit, that's the precept that I was thinking of, that I wanted to brought out. That's why he said, oh, you're out here with staffs. But we're out here with staffs because it's biblical. We're not carrying staffs because it's vain and it looks cool. It's biblical. It's what's written in the scriptures. That's why we're out here with our staffs in our hands. And they're not rods of iron. They're literally just wooden sticks.
Right.
How are you scared of a wooden stick? But anything in the hands of a black man is a weapon. See, so that's already stereotype. That's already racism. Yeah, we're preaching racism.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will be overcome to naught.
So this is the saying. If this work be of Yahawah, or if this work be of man, it will come to naught, which means the council won't stand. It shall come to nothing. But week after week, we've come out, we've brought out the words. So how can this be of naught? How can this be of naught when everything that is written in the Bible, prophecy is coming to be fulfilled, and prophecy is to come.
Verse 39. But if it be of Yahawah, ye cannot overthrow it.
But if it be of God, you can't overthrow this.
That's right.
You can't overthrow the Israelites coming out on the street and teaching their people. Because it is of God. It is not of man. If this was of man, this would be done long time ago.
Right.
Just like the Black Panthers, just like Martin Luther King, just like Marcus Garvey, just like Malcolm X, this thing would have been done long time.
That's right.
But because this isn't a carnal spirit fight that we're fighting a spiritual fight. That's why we're out here bringing out these words week after week, day after day, and doing it with might and valor.
You are Papa. I want the elder, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. First of all, give thanks to the elder to give me this opportunity. My name is Lopez. I'm from Congo.
Yeah.
And I want to ask in the scripture itself.
Okay.
They go Psalms. The Psalm 83.
Yes.
Was I say 83? Psalm 83.
I said, you started at verse 1.
Verse 1. That says it. What's going on now on earth?
Read it.
I'm going to read it. Oh God, do not keep silence.
Yeah.
Do not keep quiet.
Continue.
Oh God, do not be still.
Yes.
See how enemies are still.
Yeah.
How your foes fear their heads. With cunning they conspire against your people.
Yes. They conspire against the Israelites.
Israelites.
Read on.
Your people, I'm just reading. South.
Read on.
With cunning, they conspire against your people. They plot against those who cherish. They plot against those who cherish. Came, they say, let us destroy them as a nation.
Yeah. Let us destroy
them as a nation.
Hold on, my brother. This is the New Testament version of Psalms. So,
no, this is Old Testament. I'm saying Old Testament.
Yeah, I know, but
reading Psalm.
Look at your book.
We're gonna read it, yeah? We're gonna read it.
Wait for me that.
Right.
Psalm 83, elder, please.
Just relax, man. We're gonna read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just.
This is Psalms 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee lifted up their heads. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
So they have taken crafty counsel. They have set up all kinds
Read
of...
the fool.
Wait,
Brother.
Wait, brother. Remember, and brother.
I'm gonna read it.
Just read, go read the fool.
Brother, if you're not gonna...
I'm listening, elder, please.
No,
it's very
listen,
important for me, spiritually.
If you're not gonna listen and just lead with what we're reading, we're gonna stop. We're not gonna read
it yet. Read fully and they'll explain.
You need to explain. This is how we read the Bible. We explain it while we read it.
Explain. Read the full.
All right.
And after you explain,
Hold on.
don't explain between. Read. Otherwise, we're gonna begin to the beginning to hear properly, to understand properly, to feel it properly.
Brother, listen. You're not come up here and demanding anything from us. You're not gonna tell us how we're gonna read the scripture. And you're not gonna tell us we're gonna start from the beginning. You're gonna listen and you're gonna hear what we read.
Read, please.
Right? And if you don't want to listen, you can carry on walking and we're not forcing you to listen to anything. Right? So you're gonna listen and let me read the scripture, man. Right?
Okay.
This is book of Psalms 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. What else you want from that?
Israel, they must say a war. They want to conspire this war.
Yes.
This if we go further, you will find Magog, Russia there.
Yes.
You understand?
You'll find Esau.
I'm Congo. I can go religiously deep on my river Congo. Okay, religiously.
All right. Hold your peace, brother.
Yeah, I'm holding my peace.
All right. Now we're gonna read who the enemies are.
The enemy. Thank you, Elder.
Relax. This is book of Psalms 83 and verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
Do you know who the Edomites are?
The Edomites.
Who?
As I keep reading. The
No,
Edomites.
do you know who they are?
We know the Edomites.
Who are they?
Who are they?
What four. The Edomites.
Who are they?
You know the Edomites? We got the Edomites. If you don't ask me question, read the thing.
But
You
if-
people, you ask me the Edomites. I'm on night.
Hold on. For you,
I'm from Congo. No, you people.
For you to
people,
get
you don't want
understanding.
reasoning.
For you to
You
get.
I can read it, but Congo,
Brother,
no
brother,
even
you're
in
talking
English.
to me. I've got the mic at the moment.
You people,
So I'm saying, why are our people like this? What we're doing is trying to reason. What we're doing is trying to reason with our people, and our people don't even want to reason with us. We're dealing with him nicely and in a calm manner. All we're asking is for the same respect back. Why can't our people just respect each other? We gave him the utmost respect. Why can't he show that same respect back onto us? I only asked him a question to find out if he knew who the Edomites were. Because there's no point in us reading the whole thing through, like what they do at church, and you don't get any understanding. When we ask questions, we're asking questions to see if you know and to see if you are getting any understanding.
Proverbs 28 verse 1. The wicked flee where no man pursuing, but the righteous are bold as a lion.
So the wicked flee when no man is pursuing them. When you're pursuing someone, you're chasing after them. You're not pursuing no one.
That's right.
But the righteous are going to stand bold in their spot, like as a lion. And we are the lion of, we are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
And we are the Lord's lions out here.
This is the book of Romans chapter 10 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
So they have a spirit for God, but they don't have it according to knowledge. Because my man was all on about Congo, this and that. Yes, we know Magog, and Gog is Russia. And Russia exploited the materials in Congo. They've all exploited the materials throughout Africa.
Right.
But we have to see that we went off why these things happened onto us. We have to see that because we disobeyed the Most High's commandments and His laws, that's why our resources are being and was exploited. And we're still being exploited till this day.
Right.
We're still sowing so much, but reaping so little. We pay so much tax. We are the biggest consumers on the face of the earth. And we earn the least money, and we don't have any banks, any financial institutions. We don't even have any of our own institutions, because the Muslim man has his school, the Jewish man has his school that he sends his children, his kids to, because his children are no children, they're kids, man.
Right.
But with that, I'm going to have to close out and give it on to another speaker that's going to speak mighty in the spirit.
That's right.
But we say, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Washai, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Washai. Emmanuel, Shalom, Kwam Yasharahla, Kwam Yasharahla.